I think we can get policy and perhaps an ETF backed by Bitcoin sometime in the first 6 months of 2023. That's why you got to be long now. You have, in my view, you want to be ahead of the market. But when it comes to Bitcoin, the floodgates themselves is compliance infrastructure at the sovereign fund level, the Norway fund, the Saudis, the United Arab Emirates, our own states, pension plans. If we were calling that asset, whatever we're going to call it, a commodity or a security, and we got that done, I don't care which direction it goes, why wouldn't you be allocating to any portfolio a portion to Bitcoin? Just like you would for real estate, just like you would for stocks, just like you would for bonds. That would really change the dynamic on Bitcoin.
Canadian businessman, Politica candidate, and Shark Tank celeb Kevin OLeary is a large crypto advocate and has simply expected a tsunami of institutional buyers getting into the area. In a current interview, OLeary explains that trillions of dollars should be pumped into the crypto area by family offices, pension funds, and sovereign wealth funds. However, a vital factor is preventing the inflow of those large cash investors, according to Kevin OLeary. This vital thing is regulation. OLeary explains that he works closely with the people which are in charge of these funds, and all they may be asking for is compliance infrastructure and clean-cut regulation for the crypto enterprise. When this takes place, OLeary predicts 2025 price will increase in a single day, especially for Bitcoin, the global's largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Thankfully, we might not have to wait much longer to get these things and the following inflow of large cash investors within the crypto area. According to Kevin OLeary, the plans have been laid and they are just about to begin. Please watch, share and like this video, as Kevin OLeary offers a vital update on oncoming bipartisan guidelines for the crypto industry and its effects on the space as a whole. Additionally, make sure you drop your comments below and subscribe to the channel, because it helps with the YouTube algorithm so we are able to keep bringing you videos on the latest market updates. Let's dive right in.
Let me give you the lay of the land as of this morning, as of right now. So we got a bill cooking right now just on US dollar and treasury bill backed stablecoin. That was going to be heard in August. It's been pushed till after the holiday, till September. The reason you would care about that vis-a-vis Bitcoin would be if we could get that bill done, and let me give you the nitty-gritty on that bill. It's not that complicated. The initiative started with the Toomey and Haggerty. They both had different bills. There's other bills, but it's all around the concept of this. Think about a money market, a Fidelity money market or a Schwab money market. There are rules about how those are built. They get audited every month, and they're not allowed to own assets supporting the money market unit price that have a duration of longer than 12 months. Same thing for stablecoin. It'll be the same idea. Look, if you're going to put out a coin and back it with US dollar, have a US dollar there. And if you're going to use T-bills, disclose how many T-bills you have and what the duration is, and let that be audited every month. Then we'd approve that. And the reason you got bipartisan support for something like that, think about, well, let's pick one, USDC. That's the one that was the most stable during the crazy Luna situation, when algorithmic didn't work and it cratered. Not USDC, because it was backed by the US dollar. So let's just say those kind of, not just USDC, but any coin or any token or any payment system that's going to be backed by a dollar sticks with those rules. That would be policy. And they're going to treat it, the way they're going to try and get around the whole issue is, you know, USDC or Ether or Tether or any of these things, are they coins, are they payment systems, whatever. They're going to look at it and say, we don't care. Let's call it a payment system, no different than when you're transferring capital. It's going to be the same rules that we dictated in a money market fund, and then let the market compete. And so you're going to have different players with different amounts of T-bills, different amounts of cash. But the point is there'd be regulation for them. And the use of those as payment systems would become global, and it would be backed by the US dollar. That supports the US dollar as the default currency of the earth. What politician, regardless of what side of the aisle, doesn't like that? And so that's the likely first step. When institutions see that happen, let's say we get lucky and it happens in September, that's when the focus goes to Bitcoin. That's when the granddaddy asset, the one that everybody wants, that'll be the next chip to fall. And I think that's when the big opportunity is going to happen. That's after the midterms, after November 8th. The House is probably going to switch. A lot of Republicans are pro-digital, pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin. All of that action is going to happen in the back end of the year and early in Q1 of next year. You have to make a decision. Do you get ahead of that curve, not knowing when that actually is going to occur? Or do you wait until it occurs? Because it'll be, in terms of price appreciation, I believe it'll be dramatic. It'll be dramatic. You could have a gap up 10, 15, 20, 25% overnight because you've opened up trillions of dollars worth of access to a new asset class. That doesn't happen too often. And I think all of the productivity and all the people that are working on the blockchain and all the projects out there, and I always remind people, Bitcoin is not a coin, it's software. There's lots of really smart guys leaving colleges that are engineering and moving to the United Arab Emirates or the Caribbean islands. They don't stay stateside because they don't have any policy. So all that intellectual capital could come back stateside. There'll be a lot of things happening once we get policy, once we get regulation. And I think you're right. The timing is probably 6-12 months, but Cathie, bar the doors when that happens. It's going to be really wild.
As OLeary explains the inflow of sovereign wealth funds into the crypto area, it will be one of the very last stages of large price gains, especially for the top cryptocurrencies. For instance, Norway's sovereign wealth fund, the most important in the world, has over $1.35 trillion in assets and holds 1.4% of all of the global's agencies. Plus, it is simply one of many sovereign wealth funds really well worth several hundreds of billions of dollars and is trying to get into the crypto area. If those large money investors allocate only a portion of the portfolios to crypto assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana and others, the crypto industry could quickly be worth tens of trillions of dollars. Let's get back to Kevin OLeary's interview as he speaks further about the future of the cryptocurrency enterprise.
My point is, when the market changes, I change. When there's a new, I'm not stubborn. I have to be realistic about what works and what doesn't. I truly believe, 100%, I tell regulators this too, within a decade, crypto will be the 12th sector of the S&P 500. We have to realize that there's so much intellectual capital going into problem solving around payment systems, around tokenization, around NFTs, authenticating physical assets. There's so much going on that you gotta be a student of it. You have to do it. You have to understand it. Otherwise, you're gonna be left behind. I've got a whole team in my operating company that does nothing except crypto. We're looking around the world for new projects. I'm very fortunate. I get opportunities all the time. I'm a shareholder in FTX. I own a piece of Circle, Polygon, HBAR, on and on and on. I'm in deep. I'm in there. We're at 20% of our operating company's balance sheet in all kinds of crypto opportunities because I get the joke. I understand where it's going. Now, if you're not willing to take the time to educate yourself and build a team around you that can do the analysis, well, I think you'll be a loser. I think you'll underperform the overall market. I think you'll miss out on this new nascent sector that's coming into the market. You've got to embrace it. You've got to understand it. You've got to learn by buying it, managing it, understanding the volatility, and watching it. That's how it works. But the upside for all of us, whether you agree or not, is price appreciation. That's what matters. You own coin today at 23,000. You wait and see what happens after it becomes regulated. You'll own coin at 100 and above thousand because the rest of the market can participate. And I think that's the most important message everybody can get their head around when they engage in Bitcoin. The question is, where's the middle ground that lets the sovereign wealth guys buy Bitcoin?
Oh, sure,
How do we get there? How do we get there? I got to tell you, I talk to these boys every day. Unlimited amount of capital ready to come at it when they get compliance infrastructure, when they get policy. We got to get there. I mean, you know, it's time to get there now. It really is. Let's get there. And then everybody, if you want to own all your assets in Bitcoin, that's cool. At least you've got policy around it. If you want to have, you know, diversity and you want some Swiss francs, you want some Bitcoin, you want some Ethereum, you want some Solana, you want some Polygon, okay too. Let the market be broad for everybody. My point is, rarely can you have stability when all your assets are in one asset class. You get a lot of vol there. But I want to have a lot in Bitcoin. When I say 20% in what I've got across crypto positions, I got 32 positions. The largest right now is Bitcoin and Ethereum.
That's Mr. Awesome giving a much wanted update on regulations for the cryptocurrency enterprise. Late last year and early this year before the Luma implosion. An unmistakable signs of a bear marketplace. We have been all excitedly looking forward to those updates and how they would shape the future despite what's taking place of prices. We should not lose sight of those vital updates and the large adjustments they might carry to the cryptocurrency industry. What do you consider Kevin O'Leary's interview? Do you think we will get regulations and a spot Bitcoin ETF as quickly as 2023? Please share your replies in the comment section below and consider to offer this video a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.